Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with a thoughts and discussion video here. This time I wanted to talk about the core class. I think this was Wave 2 or Wave 3. I don't actually know for sure off the top of my head. But I wanted to talk a little bit about core class in general, but especially about these three figures and the little gimmick that they tried to implement with these three, being the little sword build-a-weapon thing that they did. So first off, as far as core class goes, I don't mind them too much. There are definitely some figures that are good and some that are not super great. I've definitely enjoyed the Seekers, these two. I thought Rodimus was okay, and Iguanus I thought was honestly pretty awful. I did not like his transformation. It did not seem to work with itself. I just didn't enjoy it. The fact that core class are like $10 does feel kind of expensive, especially considering how many of them have been not so great. The Dinobot Combiner set was really great because you got a little bit of extra play value once you got the whole set, you know, that being the hardest part, getting the whole set. For the gimmick they tried with these three, it was these pieces that combined to be a sword, and I really wanted to talk about how I feel that that was a major misstep, just in the fact that the sword barely really works on its own anyway. So these are the pieces that come with each figure. You get this like middle piece with Iguanus. This is supposed to be like a handle with Skywarp, and then the blade with Rodimus, Hot Rod, and you just sort of plug them all together. But the thing is when you get to the handle, it's too wide to go in this way, and if you try and turn it on its side, the peg here does not allow you to put it in straight. You have to angle it, so you can't even like make it really uniform. And I feel like that is just really short-sighted. Like if they had shaved that peg down a little bit, it could have worked, or you know, maybe just not have it at all, considering that it doesn't really seem to be that necessary. It's only to peg in under the jet nose, and honestly it would have been better just to have him with his null rays like he should have had, which, you know, a lot of people I think agree that that was a misstep. And you can't really plug it in anywhere else. I think you can maybe plug this in here. No, yeah, that doesn't actually, that's not even the same shape. You can't plug it in here, so you know, your only option here is to have this sort of lopsided handle on the sword, and it just doesn't really feel good. And not only that, they never really made mention of these weapons. I don't even remember if it was in the instructions or not. I know it wasn't on the boxes. A lot of people were discussing how that was just really silly. And yeah, like if you're gonna throw in an extra, you know, piece for a special wave-wide gimmick, you should at least, you know, make note of it. And I think that's one of the reasons that core class hasn't been doing terribly good. Now, they have said recently that core class is not being canceled despite the rumors, but that's sort of like, I'm not sure what the word for that is. It definitely feels a bit tongue-in-cheek, I guess, because there aren't any specified core releases for like the next year. There are some core class sized figures that are going to be in bundles, like the cassettes with Perceptor, I think, and a couple other similar examples. But there aren't any straight up core class figures going to be released on their own for a while, if ever, because it doesn't seem like the size class has been doing that great, and I can kind of see why. I feel like a lot of them have been flops. So I remember, you know, the Legends class figures and the Scout class figures, which were, you know, a size, kind of like a size smaller and a size larger. they had a lot of interesting figures in them, and I felt like a lot of the ones that I was able to get were pretty good. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of the core class ones are just they feel more like it's just there to like get some of those figures that they don't really want to commit a like full size figure to. Like some of them make sense, like the Exosuit Daniel, was it? You know, that one's, you know, obviously going to be really small, and the one that came with Grimlock that was, you know, a pretty static figure. It just had a couple bolt joints at the shoulders and the knees. That wasn't exactly a real figure. I do have some other ones that I want to look at, like the Bomb Burst. I did get a hold of him, and I want to take a look at that in like maybe a mini review. But overall, I definitely feel that the core class is on its way out, regardless of what the official statement has been. Because I just, especially just looking at this, and you know, the overall quality of the line, it doesn't feel like it's been going in a good direction. So, but those are just my thoughts, and you know, take that with a grain of salt. You may have your own opinions. You know, you may think that I'm blowing smoke out my butt, but that's just how I feel personally. So, but yeah, there's that, and I hope to see you all in the next video.